Hi. This week we read One Day in the Life of Ivan Denovich by Alexander. Um, one thing that I really noticed in this book was that Sukov was always really cold. It was 20 degrees below outside, and yet he was always the first one to wake up. He never talked back to authority, even though it was freezing cold. He felt sick all the time, and he always complained about the food. He was hiding bread to actually even have food with him. So it just all kind of wrapped around this character of Sukhov. But there were a couple lines in this book that really spoke out to me. So on page 18, the doctor said that work was a first rate medicine for any illness. And all I could think about was my dad. He is a farmer, and all he does and did was farm all the time. That's all he did, and work, work, work. 100 hours a day is what he would do. So to me, yes, he didn't care if he felt sick. He always just worked. And then on page 25, Sukov said, such was a prisoner's life. Sukov had grown accustomed to it, and they were stripped and told to take off their undershirts to see if they were hiding any kind of weapons. And to me, it just was sad that that is just what his life was, and he was okay with it. That's not any way a human should be treated. On page 30, there was a line that said, "A man is worth more than gold." And so, in this prison system, in this labor camp, they didn't care about money. They just wanted those hardworking men to actually do the labor for them. And on page 88, they said, Sukov was left alone now with Senka. You couldn't say much to him. Besides, you didn't have to tell him things. He was the wisest of them all. He understood without need of words. And I actually just loved that line just because I think of the wise people in my life that I know, like my father, he doesn't speak a ton. He's very silent, but he's also one of the nicest, kindest, smartest men that I know. And so sometimes you don't need to fill the silence. Sometimes you don't need to say too much. All you need to do is say words that are full of wisdom. And that's what Sukhov noticed about Senka. And then the last line that I noticed was on page 134. Sankoff said, "Well, Ayosha, it's this way. Prayers are like those appeals of ours. Either they don't get through or they're returned with rejected scrawled across them." And first, that line, all I can think about is sometimes when I have prayed, I have felt like my prayers aren't being answered. So I feel like my prayers are being rejected. Like they're just thrown back at me saying, nope, reject your prayers, don't want them. But Ilosha responded with, "It's because you pray too rarely and badly at that, without really trying. That's why your prayers stay unanswered. One must never stop praying. If you have real faith, you tell a mountain to move and it will move." And I was like, whoa, blown away. That to me is a line that should be, I don't know, just put in every church actually, because to me, that is such our faith. If we truly, truly believe, we can move mountains. And it's also saying that you pray too rarely and you're bad at it. That's why your prayers are being unanswered. If you just want to pray once a year, you're probably not going to see results. You need to walk and talk and breathe the Christian lifestyle if you want to see results. So, anyway, I really enjoyed this book. Hope you did too.